roots were here in little old Adelaide. Now he's putting kids to the test with his greatest Stedford. Please welcome Shaun Micallef.
Always a pleasure. Good morning, Shaun. How you doing?
Thank you, boys. Look, the mystery voice, is it me? Because I'm pretty sure when we spoke before, I might have said Ben or Liam during the conversation. So, am I the voice just before Jimmy Kimmel?
That guy did say it weird, didn't he? Instead of Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. Look, we can't reveal. Liam and I don't actually know the other voices. So,
it's tricky. But
Really? I'm surprised that you don't prepare your show that well.
Well, no, we like the mystery. We like also not knowing, and then the producers give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if they get one correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're in the moment. That's good.
We're in the moment.
Yeah. It's not like we just have zero care factor, you know. Who are we interviewing again? This guy called Shaun Micallef. Here we go. Got some questions here. Well, on your new show, you're on the hunt for Australia's smartest school. It's going to be on at 7:30 tonight on 10. It's called Shaun Micallef's Brain at Stedford. And look, I don't want to flex here, Shaun, but you're actually looking at the first place in the South Australian Poetry at Stedford in 2005.
Is that right? Well, that's interesting. Let me write that down because we do have poetry questions.
You do? Okay.
In the show. So you would enjoy this show. I mean, not being on it, we wouldn't have you on it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, it's mainly year 11 sort of age, right?
It's year 11. You're a bit older than that.
And also, just slightly, but also I think fifth grade has been done. So we had to. So we obviously had to sort of move the age level up. And I'm assuming with the year 11s, you can maybe have a bit more back and forth, and the questions can be a little bit trickier.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're all based on the Year 11 curriculum. And to be honest with you, most of the exams in Year 11 are essays. But we felt that would be a little dull. To start an essay at the beginning of the show and then say pens down after the last ad break. You know, that would be probably a bit boring for the audience. So we broke them up, asked questions of them. How did you go in the poetry, Stedford? Did you win a cash prize? Was there any?
There was no cash prize. It was merely a certificate and a small medal.
And I'm sure you were the coolest kid.
Well, I did actually wear it to school, and then I got bullied, so I took it off. But
we don't even have that. We don't even have the pleasure of a medal and a bullying. We got nothing.
Well, look, Shaun, we thought this morning we would turn the tables a little bit because normally you're asking the students the questions, but we thought we'd get you involved in the question process.
Yeah, and look, we always love speaking to you. We're big fans of everything you do, but we put the call out and said, look, if you're a bit of a fan of Shaun Micallef, then get in touch. And we got a call from Andy, who's a self-confessed super fan. Is that right, Andy?
Hello, Ben and Liam, and honour to meet you, Shaun.
Well, thank you, Andy, and you know stuff about me. This is worrying. Should we vet this? Should we do it?
Yeah, I mean, well, how long have you been a fan of Shaun, Andy?
I remember I used to watch Full Frontal at night with Mum and Dad, and ever since then I thought he was clearly the best cast member on that, and ever since then I've kind of followed his career.
There you go.
Wow, okay.
Well, that's pretty good because Eric Banner was on that show.
yeah. He's done pretty well.
Yeah, so what we've got here is we have got some questions all about Shaun Micallef.
Yes.
And we thought, who knows more about the great man? The man himself or Andy, who lives in Prospect?
Yeah, the super fan. Okay, I think buzz in with your names, guys. Yep. So first one, can you name the school that Shaun Micallef attended?
Andy.
Very quick, very quick.
Oh, man. Oh, no, Andy. Oh, well, he might get it wrong.
Okay.
What is it?
He went to Sacred Heart. He was a college captain.
Is that true?
He's quite right on both counts, but don't give him 2 points. You only asked him what school. Andy's quite right.
Okay, all right. I think I know an answer for this, but can you name a job that Shaun Micallef did before becoming famous?
Shaun.
Andy.
I got in first.
Let's give Shaun a go, and then we'll also give Andy. I mean, I think you're a lawyer, right, Shaun?
I was a lawyer, but I wasn't going to say that. This is another job I had, which I'm sure Andy wouldn't know.
Okay.
All right, well, why don't we find out?
Andy, let's see. What
were you going to say, mate?
Yeah.
Well, Shaun used to work at an old store in Adelaide called People's Stores, selling school uniforms.
Oh, man, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
How could you know that? That's wild.
Andy, did I sell you a pair of pants, maybe?
Maybe my dad.
Bit of a burn.
Wow.
All right, he's
two for nothing.
2 for 2.
All right, okay. Well, buzz in quick, guys. This is Shaun Micallef versus the superfan of Shaun, Andy. What character did Shaun play in the Peter Pan play?
Andy.
Oh my God.
Oh, Wow.
What was it, Andy?
I really had trouble remembering that, Andy. I'm very interested to know.
He played Nana, the dog.
Is that true?
It is true. I did play Nana the dog. I had to crawl on my hands and knees across the stage in Scott Theatre in Kintore Avenue. And my mother made the costume, and I had no lines. How do you know that? Your grandfather must have said that was 1973.
Oh my God.
It's also like, it's not really one of the big roles, is it? Like,
Yeah.
it's funny thinking all those, like, other kids that were in that play being like, I was Peter Pan. Micallef,
Yeah.
he was just a dog. He didn't even have any lines. I don't know how he's on TV.
All right, Andy, you're killing it, mate. Let's see if you can go for question at number 4, Liam.
Okay. I honestly, this is like one of the security questions on a password normally, so I don't think there's any way that Andy would possibly know this. What was the name of Shaun Micallef's childhood dog?
Andy.
Oh. No, I refuse to believe that Andy would know this. This has got to be. I've never mentioned this ever in my life.
What? Andy, the superfan, what is the name of the dog?
I think the answer is Jerry.
Is that true?
Jerry is right. Jerry is right. But Andy, how do you know that? Did you? Were you there when we put it down?
He was the vet.
I'm just a super fan.
Wow.
Superfan. Wow, that's
Oh my
pretty impressive.
God.
It's very
So-
impressive.
I mean,
he
what-
deserves whatever the present.
Prize
I mean, just
Yeah.
why Jerry though, Shaun? That's a pretty weird name for a dog.
Well, Jerry, I was a big fan of Jerry Lewis when I was a kid, so I'm pretty sure that's why. We had an earlier dog called Dixie. That
Yeah.
was my mother's dog, and then we got a new dog, and I got to name the dog, and that was
Okay.
But I've
Wow.
never discussed it. I'm curious to know.
So one more question then. Speaking of
Oh,
Jerry
okay.
Lewis, who produced the first Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin
Andy.
films?
That was how. Well, all right, Andy.
I believe it was Y. Frank Freeman.
I thought it might have been Hal Wallace.
I think you're wrong.
I am getting a thumbs up from the producer that Andy is correct.
And the producer also happens to be producer Andy,
Yeah.
who is good friends with your mutual friend Alex Ward, who gave us a lot of
Damn.
information about your life, and that is the only way we knew all of those things.
Damn them all to hell.
Yeah, that was a bit of fun. Andy, mate, well done. Thanks for joining us, Andy.
Thank you.
I thought the line sounded a bit clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Shaun, I know I could see you reaching for your phone to start calling the police when you knew your childhood dog's name like this. We've got a stalker on our hands here. Well, Shaun Micallef's Brain of Stedford. It kicks off at 7:30 tonight on Channel 10. Always a pleasure speaking to you, mate, and we can't wait to check out the show.
Ben, Liam, Jimmy Kimmel, thank you.